Roman Abramovich's story is one of extraordinary transformation. Born in Saratov, Russia in 1966, his early life was marked by hardship. Orphaned at the age of 4, he faced a challenging childhood. Raised by relatives in a remote region of Russia, young Roman experienced financial instability. He learned resilience and resourcefulness from a young age. These traits would later define his path to unimaginable wealth. Despite the difficulties, Abramovich showed an early aptitude for business. He dropped out of college, choosing to pursue opportunities in the burgeoning post-Soviet economy. His first ventures were modest, selling plastic toys and automobile parts. This period of hustling and trading honed his entrepreneurial instincts. It laid the groundwork for his future success. Abramovich's early career was a mix of entrepreneurship and seizing opportunities wherever he could find them. He served briefly in the Soviet Army, assigned to a unit responsible for managing fuel supplies. This role, though short-lived, was significant. It provided him with valuable insight into the inner workings of the energy sector, a field that would later become central to his business empire. This experience would later prove crucial in his rise to prominence in the business world. After completing his military service, Abramovich returned to the world of business with renewed vigor and determination. He founded a small company that produced and traded rubber ducks, a humble beginning for what would become a vast business empire. This seemingly insignificant venture taught him the importance of supply chains, manufacturing processes, and understanding market demand. These lessons would serve him well as he navigated more complex industries and larger business ventures in the future. In the early 1990s, as Russia transitioned to a market economy, Abramovich saw a chance for greater success and seized it. He established several trading companies, each one capitalizing on the new economic landscape. He took full advantage of the privatization of state-owned assets, acquiring valuable properties and businesses. This period was marked by both risk and reward, as the business environment was highly volatile. Abramovich made shrewd deals, always staying one step ahead of the competition. He built a network of influential contacts which would prove invaluable as he continued to expand his business empire. Abramovich's entry into the oil industry marked a significant turning point in his life, setting the stage for his future success and immense wealth. He recognized the vast potential of Russia's untapped oil reserves, which were among the largest in the world. With a keen eye for opportunity, he strategically positioned himself to capitalize on the industry's rapid growth and evolving landscape. In 1995, he partnered with Boris Berezovsky, a powerful oligarch with close ties to the Kremlin, which was a pivotal move. Together, they acquired a controlling stake in Sibneft, a major oil company, at a fraction of its true value, leveraging their political connections. This deal was shrouded in controversy, with numerous allegations of corruption and backroom dealings that would follow Abramovich for years. However, it catapulted Abramovich into the ranks of Russia's wealthiest individuals, dramatically changing his social and economic status. He quickly gained a reputation as a ruthless businessman, unafraid to make bold and decisive moves to secure his interests and expand his empire. Abramovich's rise in the oil industry coincided with a period of significant political and economic upheaval in Russia, adding to the complexity of his journey. The country was transitioning from communism to capitalism, a turbulent time that reshaped the nation's economic landscape. The rules of the game were constantly changing, creating both challenges and opportunities for those willing to navigate the new system. Abramovich, with his sharp instincts, strategic mind, and willingness to take significant risks, thrived in this volatile environment, solidifying his place in the annals of Russian business history. The Sibneft deal was a defining moment in Abramovich's journey to becoming an oligarch. It marked the beginning of his rapid ascent in the world of business and finance. The acquisition, often cited as a prime example of the loans for shares scheme, was controversial but incredibly lucrative. This scheme allowed a select few to acquire state assets at a fraction of their true value. Abramovich, through a series of cleverly structured auctions, gained control of the oil giant at a fraction of its market value. His strategic moves were both bold and calculated. This move immediately thrust him into the global spotlight. His wealth grew exponentially, and he became a household name in the business world. He became a key player in the Russian economy, influencing major financial decisions and shaping the market landscape. He understood the power of consolidation in a volatile market. By bringing together various assets, he minimized risks and maximized profits. He orchestrated a series of mergers and acquisitions, expanding his oil empire. Each deal was meticulously planned and executed. He eventually merged Sibneft with Yukos to create Russia's largest oil company. This merger solidified his dominance in the oil industry. This period was not without its challenges. The business environment was turbulent, and he faced numerous obstacles. The high-stakes world of Russian oil was fraught with danger. Security concerns and political instability were constant threats. He faced legal challenges and political pressure. Navigating these issues required a keen understanding of both business and politics. He navigated these complexities with a mix of cunning and calculated risk-taking, solidifying his position as a captain of industry. His ability to adapt and strategize was key to his enduring success. Section 5. Political Connections and Influence. Abramovich's meteoric rise in the business world was deeply intertwined with his political connections. He cultivated relationships with key figures in Boris Yeltsin's government. He understood the importance of political influence in navigating Russia's complex business landscape. He allegedly played a role in securing Yeltsin's re-election in 1996. He became a trusted advisor to the administration. His relationship with Vladimir Putin, Yeltsin's successor, proved even more significant. Abramovich was one of the first oligarchs to pledge his support to the former KGB officer. He recognized Putin's consolidation of power. He strategically aligned himself with the new regime. This alliance provided Abramovich with a degree of protection and influence. It allowed him to continue expanding his business empire with a sense of impunity. However, it also drew scrutiny and criticism from those who viewed his closeness to the Kremlin with suspicion. Section 6. Chelsea FC, from passion project to political football. In 2003, Abramovich made a splash on the world stage by purchasing Chelsea Football Club, a struggling London-based team. He injected hundreds of millions of dollars into the club, transforming it into a global powerhouse. This move, while driven by a personal passion for football, carried significant political undertones. Owning Chelsea provided Abramovich with a high-profile platform, raising his international profile and allowing him to cultivate relationships with powerful figures in the worlds of sports, entertainment, and politics. However, his ownership of Chelsea also made him a target. His relationship with Putin came under increasing scrutiny. The UK government, in response to Russia's actions in Ukraine, imposed sanctions on Abramovich in 2022. He was forced to relinquish control of Chelsea. This marked a turning point, highlighting the vulnerability of his assets in the face of geopolitical tensions. Section 7. A life less ordinary, yachts, art, and philanthropy. Abramovich's wealth afforded him a lifestyle few could imagine. He amassed a vast fortune, estimated to be in the billions. He indulged in extravagant purchases, including multiple luxury yachts, private jets, and a collection of high-priced art. His most famous possession, the Eclipse super yacht, became a symbol of his extraordinary wealth. The 533-foot vessel, equipped with 2 helipads, a missile defense system, and a submarine, captured the world's attention. It solidified Abramovich's image as a modern-day tycoon. Despite his lavish spending, Abramovich also engaged in significant philanthropy. He donated hundreds of millions of dollars to various causes, particularly in Russia. He focused on healthcare, education, and Jewish cultural projects. His philanthropic endeavors, while praised by some, were also viewed by others as an attempt to soften his image and deflect criticism. Section 8. Facing sanctions and shifting loyalties. The year 2022 marked a dramatic shift in Abramovich's fortunes. Russia's invasion of Ukraine triggered a wave of international condemnation. Governments around the world imposed sanctions on Russian oligarchs, including Abramovich. His assets were frozen, and his movements were restricted. The sanctions had a significant impact on his business empire. He was forced to sell Chelsea Football Club at a loss. His other assets, including properties and investments, were threatened. The once untouchable oligarch found himself in uncharted territory. In a surprising turn of events, Abramovich attempted to position himself as a mediator between Russia and Ukraine. He participated in early peace talks, shuttling between Moscow and Kiev. His role in the negotiations, while unclear, raised questions about his true allegiances. Section 9. Legacy of an oligarch. Roman Abramovich's story is a complex tapestry of ambition, wealth, and controversy. He rose from humble beginnings to become one of the world's richest men. He amassed a fortune in Russia's tumultuous post-Soviet era, navigating the country's political landscape with cunning and ruthlessness. His story is inseparable from the larger narrative of Russia's oligarchs, who accumulated vast wealth and influence during a period of rapid privatization. They faced accusations of corruption and cronyism, becoming symbols of the excesses and inequalities of the Putin regime. Abramovich's legacy remains a subject of debate. He is both admired for his business acumen and criticized for his close ties to a repressive regime. His story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the intersection of wealth, power, and politics in the 21st century.